Hello and welcome to Ukraine Today. I'm Vladimir Sologub. Joining me now to discuss the new police reform in Ukraine is a lawyer and a former police officer, Mr. Alex Kharchenko. Alex, welcome back to Ukraine Today.
Hello.
Alex, just a few weeks ago, you announced that you were resigning the new police patrol service, which was launched just last July. Can you tell us why, what motivated you to do that?
I had exhausted ways and possibilities to influence the situation internally. I mean the situation of inefficiency, lack of strategic thinking, and awful internal communication.
When you're talking about inefficiency and a lack of communication, do you see that on the top, on the management level, or within the police officers themselves?
Well, on every level, basically, but decisions which are made and the way through which they are made on the managerial level, of course, influence how police officers work on the streets.
So basically, you were not happy with the way the new police patrol service is being run. Any other problems which you encountered during your service as a police officer?
Yes, well, I wasn't happy with approaches with which it was run, and at a certain point, I came to my seniors with a vision of changing things that I thought we are doing fundamentally wrong, and I was told to leave.
You were told to leave. You were told to leave the police service?
Yeah, indirectly so. Here's one story, for instance, which is by no way the sole reason of personally my departure. This is a very bright story about organizational chaos and, what's more important, negligence in financial matters and absence of organizational decisions. The so-called material help, which is a form of social payout, was initially promised to all police officers. Then it was paid to some officers in Kiev. It was not paid to some. And nobody understood the exact criteria, the order according to which it was paid. Then the head of police eventually said, "We're sorry, we just have no more money, and those who were paid, those were paid. Those who are not will not be." And of course, it was a huge blow against morale among the officers, actually supported by the top management. And the fact that no organizational decisions were made, I think is awful, especially because in informal talks, everyone acknowledged that this was gross negligence by the finance department.
So, well, the proper financing, the proper remuneration, which was promised to the police officers who would become the new police force in Ukraine, was one of the key factors which the society was hoping that will change the police, will make the police uncorrupt. So now that you're saying that the pay is not as high as it was promised, do you think that this will cause corruption, or more people will leave the police?
I would underline that this story, which I have just told, is not actually about the pay being high enough or not. This is, in the first place, the story about non-transparency and bad communication. Because people inside the new police actually don't know what's going on many levels. So this is a story about bad communication and non-transparency in the first place.
When you announced that you were leaving, resigning the police force, on your Facebook page you wrote that one of the problems which you faced there was that while the guys who are on the streets, who are patrolling the streets, they are all brand new, a lot of support staff, the finance people, the HR and other support staff, they just remain the same. So do you think that these people are also part of the problem? Do you think that these people are slowing down the reforms?
Yes, absolutely so. I think we would need to say goodbye to many of those who are just incompetent. And overall...
Why this is not being done, in your opinion?
Lack of political will, I would say, and lack of will to make radical steps.
What do you mean by political will?
I would say that to do reforms, you need to be radical in some way. And
well, the new police reform was quite radical. It just took away all the old guys from the streets and replaced it with the new ones.
I would say this is a significant step forward, and by no means I'm saying that this is not a reform. I've always been stressing that I'm paying all respect due to what has been done. I have been part of it, and I'm proud of it. But overall, it lacks strategy and consistency.
And whose fault is that? Management? Well, basically the head of the police? Or this goes all the way to the ministry, to the minister, or even the government?
Both.
When you said that, when you came to one of your, you told the story that you came to one of your superiors with suggestions of improving some things, and you were told indirectly to leave the police. Why do you think this happened? Because your superior was not willing to change anything, or because he was not happy that his subordinate was being proactive?
It could be both things, but I would like to stress that this is not about my personal story. I would be happy.
Well, but I think it outlines the general attitude which is happening in the higher ranks of the new police service. When somebody comes up with an idea and the boss doesn't like it, the boss tells you, get out of here.
I would be happy if reasonable thinking within the new police now makes right decisions after my departure. I would think that my mission is done on that. And I would be happy with that.
A few days ago, after you started working in the new police officer, you were in our studio. You came to us for an interview, and you said that you felt the need to serve the society. So why did that need fade away?
Well, it did not fade away. The fact that I left police does not mean that my mission is not ongoing. As I've just said, I would be happy if they make right decisions. Therefore, I continue to serve the society. You
also said during that same interview that a lot of young guys and girls who joined the new patrol police service, where they were feeling that they are being part of the major change. With disillusionments such as yours, do you feel or do you see that this is a major trend? That a lot of these young, bright, enthusiastic people are getting disappointed? Well, this is more complicated than just disillusionment, and in fact this is part of a normal process that some people will inevitably leave. And I would not say this is correct to talk about huge wave at the moment. But yes, just yesterday, while finalizing my departure, I incidentally heard from an official in charge that number of people leaving the new police has significantly increased over the past few weeks. Do you know why other people are leaving? I would not speculate on that, but on one hand, this is part of a normal process. Some people inevitably should leave because police is not for them. This is part of a normal rotation. But, well, yes, I think that organizational chaos has done too much harm. Alex, you've been with the police for, what, 8 months? You've seen a lot from inside. How do you think, you're now leaving, you left already. How do you think what will happen to the new police in the future? If right decisions are done now and implemented deeply, I think we have a chance to make this reform
100% successful. Otherwise, this would still stay a reform, but not even being close to fulfilling its potential.
Yeah, it looks like some important steps need to be done here. Alex, many thanks for joining us today. We were discussing the new police reform in Ukraine with a lawyer and a former police officer, Alex Kharchenko. I'm Vladimir Solub. Thank you for watching Ukraine Today.